Hey, this is Half Alive. We're here on the tiniest couch ever, and this is the early years. It was probably just me and Brett at that point. First Half Alive fan practice.
Just playing tunes.
Just playing tunes.
Yeah.
In the same studio that we met at for years and years. Not probably not years and years. Maybe 1 year of like constant deliberate rehearsals, but didn't play any shows.
It was infused with the writing process, so the rehearsal was less of a rehearsal like trying to nail something and more exploring a current idea we had been working on.
Yeah.
I remember my first time coming to rehearsal because you guys had been working on that. So I think Josh sent me through 3 songs and he's like, can you learn these songs? So I learned the 3 songs and then the majority of it was me just listening because I hadn't heard any of the other songs, and then just watching them. Still Feels, the earliest version, had a lot of like drum solo parts which were pretty tight. So I was like trying to figure out how to like be involved in that type of thing. So being in that same studio, listening like these songs are sick, like Something More was really fun to hear for the first time. So it was a fun moment, but I really just kind of watched you guys play and I was like, this is cool. Yeah, I remember that.
Did you think less drum fills?
I thought more drum fills, but then eventually,
crazy.
yeah,
It was pretty wild. It was like dirty loops at first.
yeah, it was.
And then Jay learned it all, and then we cut everything.
Yeah. Yep.
First ever show.
You said the Dresden?
Was that our first show?
What the heck is that?
What's the Dresden?
Isn't the Dresden the one that we played in LA?
The Resident.
The Resident.
Can I call it the Dresden?
Yeah, you can call it the Dresden.
It was the Resident?
The Resident.
What's the Dresden?
I don't know.
Weird. That's
Right,
weird.
tell us.
That's
You brought up Dresden, didn't you?
no. We were trying to figure out what the Dresden was, but we.
Story doesn't pan out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the Resident. We did a show. Oh, that was even rougher before that, right? Didn't we?
Did we?
We did?
I don't know.
No,
I
I think
think
that's
that
the
was the
first
first
show.
one.
You think really?
Yeah. I thought it was the Dresden though. Going back there a little bit.
Resident was great. Didn't know if it was gonna work out. First time putting everything together. All our parents came and friends, and it was awesome. And
First time we left the studio.
yeah, and it worked out, and it was a really great show. And I thought it was actually a really, really fun night.
I liked how we showed up with like a bunch of like duffel bags with
Yeah.
full of like
Oh, yeah.
cables and
We
our
had
gear,
no
and
gear, proper
this front of
cases.
house guy was like, "What is happening
Yeah,
here?"
and we're like, we don't know.
We were figuring out how the stage should even be set up, and they're like, "Do you know anything that you're doing?" And we're like,
And we're like,
"It's
maybe
oh."
we'll put the Wurlitzer there.
Yeah.
They're like, have you ever played a show? I'm like, no. To be honest, no.
Didn't even tell anyone about this show.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Musical hero of mine, Mute Math, 100%. And we ended up producing Creature with Paul Meany, and that was a dream. So full circle, went to see that band so many times.
One of your first shows you saw, right?
It was my very first concert, ruined every other concert for me. Bless you. Yeah, and it was really cool to now be friends with Paul. He's still just as great as he ever was. Let the record show.
Maybe even greater.
Maybe greater. Paul, if you're
Yeah.
listening, you're doing great out there.
Yeah. I grew up with Vampire Weekend, and we met and worked with Ariel Reichstad.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that
producer.
was very cool. He did Pure Gold. That was a dream come true for me. That is.
I don't. We haven't worked with the people that I looked up to in my younger years.
They're all billionaires.
All billionaires, and we don't work with billionaires. We separate ourselves from billionaires. No, I think it was just I listened to a lot more like harder, like metal and progressive metal music that just doesn't make sense for what we're doing. Actually, Rick Rubin worked with a lot of the bands I liked, which I just recently discovered, like System of a Down. So I guess he's low-key a huge hero of mine that I had no idea about until recently. So if I ever get the opportunity to even meet him, that would be amazing.
Rick, if you're listening out there,
Yeah.
you're doing great.
You're
We'd
doing
love to
great.
talk with you.
Love your hair.
Please click here. Click here to subscribe to Half Alive.
Chris worked on System of a Down too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Our manager actually worked with one of my favorite bands. So thank you for reminding me.
Chris, if you're
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.